What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. RGL coming back at you with a brand new video, and today we have a very special PSA reveal video. Yes, it has been quite a while since we've done a PSA reveal. As you guys know, I typically don't submit too many cards myself, but I had a few that were just too good not to send in. I also had a couple that I pulled in some group breaks that people asked for me to send in, and my buddy had some as well that he wanted to send in. So we did have a stack of 16 cards sitting here for a couple of weeks, and I was like, let's just get these to PSA. We got them back. I am very happy with all of the grades in this one. So first things first, this one's not a blind reveal. I do know the grades. The people who subbed with me have not seen the grades, so the grades are going to be all new to them. So first time watching it, we'll have the grade reveals for them. But I do know the grades on these. I couldn't wait. One of the cards is a very big card, and I just needed to know the grade as soon as possible to begin working a potential transaction for it. Been discussing that one, so we'll get into that later. If you are new here, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. I would love to have you stick around for 2022. We have a great week of content this week still to come. Mosaic Fast Break and Illusions Football still on the horizon this week. Next week we'll have more Mosaic NBA retail and maybe something awesome to start 2022. It is a crazy time in the hobby right now, and I could not enjoy having you be a part of my journey in cards as we put a bow tie on the calendar year and look ahead to 2022. All right, so quicker intro today. I'm just going to go ahead and get right into it. So of this 16-card submission, 10 of the cards belong to me. 4 of them belong to my buddy John. Those are going to be the first 4, and 2 of them belong to a couple members of my community who I pulled cards for them, and they wanted them to be subbed. So let's go ahead and show you the very first card. These first 4 belong to my buddy John. First one, a Mac Jones Gem Mint 10, and this is going to be a press proof red. So as you go, a couple weeks back, Mac Jones stuff was absolutely blowing up. It's cooled off now, but this is definitely a card that we both felt was worth sending in, paying the $150. So all of these cards were submitted to the $150 level. Took about 9 days at PSA. I believe they got them on December 7th, and then I got them back the day before Christmas. So we sent them over Express. They sent them back. And yeah, so nice turnaround time, a little under 3 weeks, door to door. Great turnaround time. So press proof red, not numbered. So this one does belong to John. And then to go along with that, we do have another one, and that of course is a 9 of the same card. So 1 9 and 1 10. I both thought that these had a possibility to both gem, hence the reason submitting them. But I don't know what they saw on this one. I'm seeing a little bit of white on the corner now that I look at it, that bottom right over here. But again, I look at this one and I see a little white too. So maybe just playing 50-50 with us on that one. They'll do that, you know. But overall, I do think that we caught our PSA grader on a good day because I'm very happy with some of these upcoming grades. So next one out, going to be again for John, and as you might not come as a shock, we have another Mac, and that is going to be a 9. That is going to be a Studio Mac to 100. Again, that is on the canvas stock, and I'm not sure what they saw on this one because this one looks pretty gem to me. I've been looking at this one quite a bit. Maybe a little bit of dirt on that back right there. Maybe a little bit of dirt on my fingernail too. But maybe a little bit of dirt right there. These canvas cards you definitely can't clean them the same way you can a chrome. It does have kind of that ridged stock. Also seeing maybe a little line there, but still a 9 on a card numbered to 100. For Mac, you know, that's fine. Obviously we prefer 10s, but hey, no 8s in this submission, so that's definitely a dub. You know, PSA has been grading a little bit tougher lately. So final card for John, and I really like this one. I didn't even know he had it until I saw it in his collection a couple months ago. From 2021 certified, the man who just threw for over 500 yards and 5 touchdowns. This is a really good one to pull. Or a really good one to get back from PSA. How about a Mere Green to 5? 4 of 5. 2021 insert. Joey B. We picked a good one to gem. Or good one to gem, good one to send. And Gem Mint 10 on that one. So I think Probably going to be a little sweeter for John this week, having had Burrow just absolutely be dominant. One of the strongest performances we've seen of any 2020 rookie from that class. So that was just a huge performance by Burrow. Great time to be getting this one back. I suspect he's not going to sell or have any intentions to sell, but you never know. These next two cards are pretty big, and they both got exactly the grade that I expected. So the first one belongs to my friend Zeliko, whom we pulled this one in a group break. This is going to be a Don Russ, the Rookies Mac Jones auto, and it did come out a 9. So I expected a 9 on this one when I pulled it, and when I took a look at it, I told him that it wasn't perfect. I didn't think it was going to get any worse than a 9. I pretty much knew this one was going to be a 9 based off centering. It is a little off center as well, but still a great card to have, a good grade on a card like this. You know, if Zeliko chooses to sell it, no discrepancy whatsoever in terms of the condition of the card. It is on that foil, which does make it a little bit more difficult to gem out these. This type of foil is a little prone to chipping. Don't know exactly what they saw on it. I knew when I pulled it and looking at it, I was like, it just doesn't look gemmed to me. But looks to be a 9. Great card. So this one's going to be headed over the pond to Zeliko shortly. And then this next card is for Eduardo. And again, a grade that I expected on this one. So a great card. This is the third time I've pulled 3 of these. One of them gemmed, and unfortunately it wasn't this one. That is a Downtown Herbie, and that is from 2021 Don Russ as well. Just a beautiful card. It does have a little mark right there. It was one of the first things that I was able to notice when I pulled it. So I think, hopefully Eduardo went in with the expectation of a 9. I did not expect a 10 on this one, but I did. I was hoping for a 9. I was pretty much hoping that it didn't 8. I thought there was a small chance with that blemish, but hey, it's a 9, so I would consider this a win. Again, the third time I've pulled this card. I've pulled this exact card 3 times. One of them was a 10. I don't think the other one got graded, and this one came back a 9. All right, time to get into my grades. And my first one's kind of a fun one. Kind of a fun one because I tried to capitalize on the market frenzy and I lost money. PSA 9 of Mac Jones base. So that one will probably just sit in my PC. This is definitely the worst card of this stack for sure. I wanted to capitalize. I had a handful of these on hand. These Mac Jones rated rookies from Don Russ. Said, hey, they're selling for $1,200 when I submitted this card. Why not roll the dice and send in my best one? And only sent in one. And I'm seeing this dot. I know for a fact that when I submitted, this dot wasn't there. So I don't know what happened, but yeah. So that's probably why it 9 has a little dot or something right there. But I know that I definitely didn't send it in with a dot because the rest of the grades you're going to see are pretty strong. And it is what it is, you know. The market on these is now way down. I don't even know what the market is on those right now as I record this. On the 26th, so the day after Christmas is when I'm recording this reveal. I got these back on the 24th and decided to record the video the day after Christmas. So this next card, probably going to be PC for life on this one. I don't like saying PC for life because you never know, but it is one of the cards that I just recently bought this year, and that is a 2021 Prestige Russell Wilson Heroes Black 1 of 1. Obviously, my Seahawks are having a rough year this year, and if Russ, goes to a big market like New York, and his card values explode, or next year he's playing for a different team and looking like an MVP, I'm gonna have some tough decisions to make if I want to keep not only this card, but my rookie Russes. I do have a rookie auto PSA 10 and a lot of other nice Russes. But as it stands right now, as long as RW3 is our QB here in Seattle, this is the favorite card, my favorite card that I own of Russ, and it's been my favorite since I bought it. It is a 1 of 1 from one of the most popular insert sets of this year. I consider this sort of an impossible card in that there is so much prestige printed. We've seen just tons of blasters, tons of hangers, tons of megas. To find this card, kind of a miracle, honestly. But I love this card. It got the grade I expected. Having black borders and being on a chippy foil. I don't even care if this card would have gotten an 8, just given that how condition sensitive this one is. So excited to have this one in my collection. I'm glad that it's slabbed, so it's safe for now. As for the future of Russ, I don't know. It's just one of those things where you don't know what the future holds for the Seahawks right now. It looks like the window on this current team is closing, and does that mean they get rid of Russ? Does that mean they get rid of Pete? Does that mean they get rid of both of them? I mean, I really don't know. So that's going to be kind of an interesting one going forward. Every card in the rest of this stack is gold. Just gonna tell you right now, everything is gold, and pretty much everything is awesome. So let's not shy away. Let's go ahead and just do this for right now. So as you guys know, I bought several of the press proof gold sets from Target.com. And I submitted every single Mac Jones I had from those sets with the exception of one. And as it turns out, I got everything that I wanted and more. So a total of, this is where we got to stop, total of 5 of these gemmed for me. I went 5 for 5, and that will speak to the condition, the quality of these sets. Now, I know some people ordered them and they arrived damaged, unfortunately, due to some shipping issues. But in terms of production issues, absolutely not many with this set, with the exception of that Justin Fields cards, which did have some ink splotches. Everything else, all these Macs just coming back at 10. This was a huge dub. I was hoping to go 3 for 5 on these. 3 for 5 would have been the win for me. But to go 5 for 5, even though these are now down to $400, so if they're $400 each, and that's, maybe they'll come down more. Let's even say $300 each. And then I paid a $150 for grading. So the card basically paying for the set on its own. And that's a worst case scenario, is if I netted $300 each, the card paying for the set itself. Huge dub on these 5 right there. So was really, really excited that we were able to get 5 for 5 on those. These next 3 are the meat and potatoes of the submission. One of these is a PC card, and I'm not too sure about the other 2. But let's go ahead. I'm trying to remember what. Yeah, let's do that. Yeah, I'm not too sure about the other 2. So this one, By Storm, gold to 10, and that's a Trevor Lawrence. So I bought this, or sorry, that's PSA 9, but it is numbered to 10. So I bought this card off of Twitter because I love this By Storm set from Absolute. They did mention when I bought it that, which corner? They said this corner, I think, was a little soft. So I think I went in with the expectation that it had a 50-50 to 9 or 10. I like this card. This is one of the insert sets from Absolute that I think is very underrated, very undervalued right now. By Storm base is in Absolute retail, but By Storm numbered is only in hobby, and those boxes are currently about $675 to $750 depending on the market. So a very high-end box, you only get 15 cards, and I just have not seen a lot of By Storm gold. So when I saw this one, and I think I bought this for $280 raw, it just seemed like a good deal. Great looking card. Aesthetically, it ticks all the boxes for me. And I had to have it. So for right now, I'm probably going to hold on to it until Lawrence's career, till we know what Lawrence is, But this is the one that I definitely wanted to hold. And to be perfectly honest, I think I like this one a little bit more than I like this one. Even though Mac is, to me, probably going to be the best QB from the class, has the most potential right now, is in an amazing situation there in New England. I like this card. I think this card has a lot of potential to grow. All right, 2 cards. This next one is absolutely a PC card. I don't see myself getting rid of it anytime soon. And this is, if you've watched my videos from the COM-C Flip Challenge, this was my reward to myself. I paid exactly $0 for this card out of my own pocket. And that is my DK Metcalf Optic Gold from 2019. A lot of you guys know that I love Optic. A lot of you guys know that I prefer it over Prizm. This year in particular, this set is so clean compared to Prizm from 2019. I just love this card. I love DK. DK is great. And even better, it is card number 1 of 10. So the question you're probably asking is, why is this card worth $0 to you out of your own pocket? So I've been doing the flip challenge all year on COM-C, and started with $1,000. And basically, I flipped myself to about $10,000 worth of profit on ComC. And at some point this year, I think it was in September or maybe October, I decided to take some profit and ship some cards back to myself. And one of the cards that I bought during that time, I paid $1,020 ComC credit, which is minus 10%, about $1,000 real cash if I was to, yeah, about $1,000 cash. If I was to cash out $1,100 ComC credit, I would get about $1,000 back. So technically I did buy this card for $1,000, but realistically, I flipped my way to all of that profit. So this card was actually $0 out of my own pocket, if you want to look at it that way. But I did pay $1,000 for it. When I saw it, it was, perfectly centered. ComC, the elite team over there, is great with what they do when it comes to evaluating cards. So they didn't have any kind of condition notes or anything like that. And I know that when they get in super high-end cards like this, the people who look at them are people I can trust. So had zero doubt that this one was going to gem when I bought it on their site. And got it in hand, and it looked amazing, and sure enough, it gemmed. So this one, I love DK. I think he's going to be the best receiver in the NFL within the next few years. Very dominant, freak athlete. So I'm hoping that if the Seahawks decide to blow up the team, that he is one of the components that stays, because he is definitely one of my favorite players in the NFL right now. All right, final card of the video. Some of y'all probably saw me pull this a few weeks back. It is my biggest pull of 2021, and what better way to end the year than with a little gem mint 10 on a playing the numbers game, LaMelo Ball from Contenders Optic. So if you remember, me and my buddy John did a box battle of this product. Oh my god. Oh my. Wow. And I got the better box. 50-50 my chance into a playing the numbers game gold LaMelo. And I was actually really, really worried about this one when I submitted it. That is number 7 of 10. And I was really worried because I thought there was an indent on the card right here. But as it turns out, I think that it's just part of the design, because there is zero chance that Panini would have missed that, or that PSA would have missed that. So I'm pretty sure that it is just part of the design, the way the ball meets the 4 right there on the playing the numbers game. I saw that and I was like, damn, I personally thought 9 best case scenario, worst case scenario 8. But for this card to come back a 10 was an absolute dub. And again, this is probably a card that I am going to be looking to sell. I've already had some discussions about it. As far as a number on this card, looking at some similar comps from some sets that are less desirable, but some golds from those sets, like Crown Royal. I saw a PSA 10 Crown Royal die cut sell for like $6,700 or something like that. Reasonably, I think I can expect between 8 to 10,000 for this card. I'm considering, if this discussion that I'm having, a couple of these discussions don't pan out, I'm considering just sending it into auction and letting it ride, honestly, because I like LaMelo. I'm not in love with this card. Obviously, it's an amazing card, and I'm very, very fortunate. My pull of the year, I'm very fortunate that it came back at 10. But this just aesthetically isn't the LaMelo for me. I would prefer something like one of his numbered Prizms or Optics. It's just not the card for me, though. Still an amazing card. But yeah, that one was the highlight of the submission for me. And I mean, obviously, like, I'm very grateful that it gemmed. I'm very grateful that I pulled it, and it all worked out. It's my card of the year that I pulled for myself. I pulled a lot of great cards this year for people in our group breaks. To be able to pull one of those from yourself, from a high-end set like Contenders Optic, $600 a box for like 6 cards. It's an unreal feeling to look at your grades when they're available. Comes back 10s, you're just like, oh my gosh, I was expecting a 9. So this felt like my Christmas present when I got grades the few days before they shipped out. So that is going to do it. Our final PSA reveal of 2021. I'm not sure when we'll have one again in 2022. Plan to do some submitting in January. I think I'd plan to send some stuff over to CSG again. I also want to send some stuff over to HGA, some PC stuff with, the custom slabs. I really like those. Maybe we'll even, if I can find the time, maybe I'll even do some SGC. But as of right now, I don't have anything to send to PSA on that $100 level that recently just opened up. So I'm not quite sure when the next PSA submission reveal will be. But that's going to do it for today. We will get back to a normal break tomorrow. Again, we will probably be doing Illusions Football tomorrow. And then we'll be ending the week with Mosaic Fast Break Basketball. If you want to join the channel and be a member, members will have a second video today, and that will be some Elite Extra Edition baseball. That's going to do it for me. Good luck on your PSA submissions and all of your grading submissions. We'll catch you next time on Down the Road.